Okay, so let's not mind the fact that we're in the bathroom, but I'm not sure what's going to come out in the cards. I don't know when I'm going to post this, but ideally, whenever you watch this, whenever you tap onto this, this should be helpful to you. And so, once again, no idea what's coming out in the cards. First card that we have is Lavender. We also have Phoenix. And I feel like, first of all, there's a fly. That's one thing that I feel needs to not happen. But we have Lavender and Phoenix, and I feel like there's this energy of you tending to yourself and making sure that you are regulated and relatively at peace. If you hear any background noise, I'm so sorry. That literally just started as I started recording, so I don't know what to do about that. But Infinite Spirit, beloved, what energy? We have the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. I'm giving dysfunction. It's giving dysfunction. It's giving chaotic, actually, but not necessarily in a bad way. We don't need to necessarily paint it as a bad thing, but it is giving dysfunctional family. What's to be said about? Oh wow, that's a lot of cards. Actually, that's only 2 cards. Never mind. With the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Someone is trying to avoid an ending. Someone is trying to avoid something, like a hard conversation or like a heartfelt moment. Somebody is just trying to prolong that for whatever reason. I'm kind of getting the energy of a friend who assumes the worst out of a connection, and because of that, they kind of like self-sabotage and like do things to like make it worse before it's even like as bad as it needs to be, if that makes sense. With the Eight of Wands talks about, you know, moving forward, fast-paced movement, or moving away. Another way to say that. Not necessarily moving towards something, but moving away from something. And I feel like, once again, they're trying to, like, dodge a serious issue. We have the Hermit and the Seven of Wands. I feel like they're, like, seeing this as some sort of, like, battle. This friend. This could also be you. If this is a work situation, I definitely feel like it's kind of like very catty, very I don't want to say childish, but we're gonna say childish. Yeah. I mean, there's always hope. If you really want things to work with this individual, I'm sure you can find a way. But can we get confirmation for that before I say that? Because it's kind of like they're digging their own grave within this connection. Yeah, the Nine of Swords, they're like worrying and like overthinking this connection. And of course they wouldn't tell you that. They most likely would not tell you that. You're the King of Wands. With the Knight of Cups. This person might seem very astute, very like in charge and large, but we've also the Knight of Cups here. I feel like this is really them. Not that we all haven't been knights at some point, not that we don't deserve grace. I'm gonna switch cards. Once again, shout out to Holly. Gonna attempt to link her site down below. I haven't been linking her site, but I'm constantly with these little gems, so I should give more credit, I guess. We have the Knight of Blades, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands. Oh wow. There's a lot of Knight energy. This is like giving Lost Boys. Then we have the Queen of Discs, with the Seven of Swords. I don't know who these people are, but seems to be a lot of childish behavior going on. Back to like dysfunction and dysfunctional family, etc., etc. What's to be said about these individuals? Like, what? We have cards coming out. I don't know what those are. We have the Tower. We have the Four of Cups. Oh wow. Destroying the Tower out of boredom. Oh wow. How mature. We have the Knight of Discs. So many knights coming out. And then the Ten of Swords coming out once again in this deck. I feel like every time I use this deck, I over-explain, that I don't use this deck because the Minor Arcana is way too simple for me, and it's like, kind of like distracting. But the rest of the imagery is really nice. I like the imagery. But, Mars and Uranus are doing a thing, I know that. I've not been looking at astrology as deeply as I probably feel like I should. But there is a lot going on. There's a lot of different combinations happening. And within the cards, at least, it's like ruining if I can fucking speak, ruining a connection just for the plot, or like robbing a bank just for the plot. And it's like the stakes were pretty high, and they just did it. This could be you. This could also be somebody else. I'm reading this just as energy, and it could be anybody. But somebody kind of just like did something just because they were bored and they just wanted to move the plot along. We have the Chariot card. I do see this working out well for you. But like, one thing I feel is you need to learn how to pick better friends. We have the Knight of Goblets, Knight of Cups. So many freaking knights in this reading. I don't think I've had so many knights in one reading. This is the Death card, the Ten of Cups. Yeah, I talked about in a previous TikTok reading, actually, that I talked about someone who was heavy in transformation mode, heavy in the energy of, shifting our identity and like rediscovering ourselves. And right before this, I actually did record a video about like spiritual basics and like, my own spiritual journey and whatnot. And in relation to this reading, also, I feel the need to say be patient with yourself. I don't know where you are in your journey. Obviously, I don't know all the details, but I feel like it would be really necessary for you to like go easy on yourself and not be so like tied to results. Finding happiness within the failures, finding contentment within the failures. Actually, this was a previous YouTube reading also where I was talking about, because at this point I'm just batching up videos, so don't sue me. But yeah, learning to be okay with like not reaching your goals and like not hitting the mark, especially if you know that you're not like putting in all that you could be putting in. Like, let's be honest with ourselves, let's be real with ourselves, if nothing else. And like, obviously this isn't for everybody, so like, use discernment. We have the Chariot card. The Chariot card has come out twice already in two different decks. We also have the Hangman, which is actually a juxtaposition because the Hangman talks about feeling stuck, feeling stagnant, at the mercy of others, as you wait for fate to unfold. But then the chariot is moving forward and like taking things in your own hand and just like full speed ahead, you know what I mean? So there could be a mix of that. It's like you're on a hamster wheel and you're not really going anywhere, but like somehow you're powering like the ship, you know? It's like, maybe that analogy doesn't make sense, but I hope you understand what I mean when I say that. It's like you're feeling stuck, but at the same time, objectively, you know that you are moving forward. You know that you are making progress, but it feels like you're stuck. It feels like you're moving in place, if you will. But I do feel like that energy will fade. Oh, not the Tower card coming out again. Yikes, the Tower card and the Six of Swords. Be very careful in your movements. This is a very specific message that's coming through in my head, and I'm like, be very careful in your movements. Like, if you feel off about anyone or anything in your life, like, please just make sure that you are careful in your movements. I don't know how else I could say that. And overall, I hope this was helpful. I hope this was useful. I hope this was entertaining. And if you would like a personalized YouTube reading, please hit me up. Up until now, and then the 22nd of July, I will be doing $10 readings if you're interested in that. If not, it's no hard feelings. But that is on the table if you're interested. I also have music and stuff. You can go check that out. And I hope you have a nice rest of your day. Bye.